It's that pesky little voice in the back of your head that makes you second-guess yourself. It's the seed of doubt that transforms simple tasks into daunting challenges. Today, we're diving into an essential topic, something that, at one point or another, we've all experienced: negative self-talk.
It's the way you make me feel so good, feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good.
It's a Monday morning. The sun is shining through your window and you've just brewed your favorite cup of coffee. You're feeling good about the day ahead, and then you open your work emails. Suddenly, that small voice inside you whispers, "You're not good enough. You can't handle this." Sound familiar? If you nodded yes, then stick around, because today we're taking a deep dive into managing and overcoming negative self-talk. We'll be exploring why this happens, how it impacts us, and most importantly, sharing some strategies to turn that inner critic into an inner cheerleader.
Welcome to Self-Care and Hustle Podcast, where your journey to becoming your best version begins. If you're ready to live your best life and find your inner peace, you've come to the right place, giving you insights on all life tips and purpose-driven actions to move you from where you are now to where you want to go. You can do this. This is me, Nestle Poliente, your host. Are you ready? Now let's dive in.
Let's start by understanding what negative self-talk is. According to the Mayo Clinic, negative self-talk involves the inner dialogue you have with yourself that may limit your ability to believe in yourself and reach your potential. It's an often subtle and automatic thought process that can be hard to recognize. Sounds vague, doesn't it? Let's break it down further with an example. Imagine you're invited to speak at an important event. Now, there are two ways you can perceive this situation. With positive self-talk, well, this is a great opportunity. I'm going to prepare well and do my best. With negative self-talk, I can't do this. I'm going to mess up and embarrass myself. Can you see the difference? Positive self-talk encourages you to take on challenges with a confident outlook, whereas negative self-talk fills your mind with doubts and fears. Negative self-talk often manifests in four forms, as described by Dr. Helmstetter in his book, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. Blaming yourself when something bad happens. For instance, if you didn't get a promotion, you immediately assume that it's because you're not good enough. Seeing things only in extremes, if it's not perfect, it's terrible. For example, if you made a minor mistake in a project, you perceive the entire task as a failure, focusing on the negative aspects of a situation and ignoring all the positive ones. If you received feedback on your work, you only concentrate on the criticisms while ignoring the compliments, always expecting the worst to happen. For instance, if your boss called you for a meeting, you immediately think you're about to be fired. Now, why is it important to understand? Because by being aware of the different forms, you can catch yourself when you fall into these patterns of negative self-talk. By now, you might be wondering, okay, so I talk negatively to myself sometimes. What's the big deal? Here's the thing, the impact of negative self-talk goes beyond just feeling bad about yourself. According to a study published in Cognitive Therapy and Research, negative self-talk can lead to increased stress, decreased motivation, and diminished performance. It can undermine your mental health, leading to anxiety, depression, and a lower quality of life. It can even impact your physical health, contributing to issues like cardiovascular disease. So, it's not just about brushing off that nagging voice. It's about acknowledging the role it plays in your overall well-being. Now, onto the part you've been waiting for, how to manage negative self-talk. Don't worry, we've all been there, and we've all got the ability to overcome it. Let's explore some strategies backed by science. The first step to managing negative self-talk is becoming aware of it. Remember the four forms we talked about earlier. Keep an eye out for them in your daily conversations with yourself. Once you've identified your negative self-talk, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? Am I basing this on facts or feelings? Is there another way to look at this situation? This is a technique known as cognitive restructuring, a significant aspect of cognitive behavioral therapy. Replace the negatives with positives. For instance, if you catch yourself saying, I can't do this, change it to, I can handle this if I break it down into manageable parts. Now, this isn't about lying to yourself or wearing rose-colored glasses. It's about looking at a situation realistically and focusing on solutions rather than problems. Be kind to yourself. If you wouldn't say it to a friend, don't say it to yourself. Studies show that self-compassion can significantly reduce negative self-talk. If negative self-talk is severely affecting your life and mental health, please seek professional help. There's no shame in needing support, and therapists and counselors are trained to provide you with effective strategies. And there you have it. The battle with negative self-talk is one we all fight, but with understanding, awareness, and a bit of practice, we can turn the tide. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and we're all here to grow together. Stay tuned for our next episode. Don't forget to subscribe to Thinking Out Loud for more discussions on self-improvement and mental wellness. I'm Nestle, and remember, be kind to yourself and keep thinking out loud.
I was worried you blow my reputation, but I figured it's not on me. yeah, yeah. The way you're making me shiver, your hands on myself, I keep pulling the trigger, alright. This very finger for people like them. Oh, no, no. Well, darling, on my mind, I'm feeling so fly up in the zone now. I'm like a golden crown, whirling high up in the sky, oh. It's the way you make me feel so good right now. It's the way you make me feel so good, oh.
Thanks for listening to this episode. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into all the tips you can use to becoming your best self. To catch all the latest from me, follow me on Instagram and support me by considering buying me a coffee. Link is in the description. And make sure to chill out, listen to your favorite music, and drink your water. See you in my next episode.